I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Son of a bitch. Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, the spin-off podcast from the web series The Two Dicks on YouTube. Check out our Patreon /forward the Two Dicks page. And if you want to be a supporter, $5 a month, and you can keep this shit going. I'm Al Ducharme. I am actually 2 slips over in Nassau, Bahamas. I'm on the Celebrity Equinox, and my partner, Al Romas, is on the Adventure of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas, and they won't let us off the ships because of the Delta. We could be doing a live stream podcast right now from the Bahamas, drinking booze and beers and picking up hookers and smoking cigars. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Delta fucked us. But yeah, I didn't even know till just a few hours ago, and you were writing to me saying, "Hey, I'm right next to you, man." And yeah, this is life right now on ships, and travel and the whole thing. It's tough, but good to see you out there, Alfred. Good to see you working out of the house, out of the studio. Bernie's not there to ask me how big the ship is. It's a whole new thing. A whole new pod. It would be funny. It would be funny if she just popped in there. If she was actually there and you didn't tell me, and then she just popped in right now going, "Hi, Al. Hi, Al. How big is the ship?
How many feet? How big is the? How long is the beam?
That would have been fun.
Wide the beam is? I don't know. So Al, let's get right into this, because I believe you've received a warning on Facebook. Did you receive a warning?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I was mentioning that to you off air.
Please elaborate.
Yeah, very, very. Here's where we are on the planet right now. This is called hate speech, by the way. They wrote to me saying, there's a warning, because, you've been okay so far, but you used hate speech here. And we're not going to let it fly. Now, my niece, Hannah, moved into an apartment near her college. She's going to the University of Maryland now, and she got an apartment there. And she posted, pictures of, hey, I'm in my apartment, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So everybody writes, hey, have a great year, that kind of thing. So
what does Uncle Al write?
I wrote under the picture, I said, study hard. Make us proud. Don't do drugs. Boys are gross. That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote. How nothing. It is nothing.
Innocuous.
Right?
Totally innocuous.
I stand by that statement, goddammit. I mean, nothing's wrong in that statement. It's all honest.
That's great advice.
And then about an hour or two later, they wrote me saying they were taking it down. And then they wrote back saying, we're taking half of it down. They left, study hard, make us proud. Then yesterday, I got another email. This is their time they're spending. And it let me know that it's quote unquote hate speech. Hate speech. Meanwhile, I've been dropping the N-word left and right on everything. And that never gets me a warning. But somehow boys are gross.
He's talking about Nathan's hot dogs, by the way.
They're delicious. Fries, those crinkle fries.
Oh.
You can't beat those, guys. And that little red fork they give you like a little plastic, little red fork for the fries. God damn, those are good. Those are good
fries.
I haven't had those in years. Nathan's fries. But anyway,
goddamn good Joe
speech.
Goddamn good Joe.
That's called back to a Two Dicks episode, everybody, on YouTube. Check it out, the Two Dicks. So it's I used hate speech. That's what they're saying. Hate speech.
I don't understand why they would call it hate speech. Which part did
this
they
is where we
allow
are.
Back up?
They didn't. Say it? Oh, they put back study hard and make us proud.
And they took away.
And they left out
boys are gross.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
And boys are gross. Which I don't know what the hate speech was, to be honest. Is it saying boys are gross? Is it saying because I'm calling something or someone gross? Yep. Have they seen boys? Have they ever seen boys?
We're boys.
Has anyone at Facebook?
We're
They're
boys
gross.
to men. It's gross.
They're fucking gross.
We're even grosser. We're grosser now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're grosser now.
No, we're grosser
18,
now. We don't realize.
19.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Not even the things you're thinking of, just everything. From the bathroom to the bed. It's just disgusting.
the self cleansing and all, just gross.
It's all gross. But then again, women skate on this. They tend to skate because I managed a comedy club in 19 whatever it was, Side Splitters in Tampa, and we hired a guy to clean out the bathrooms, and on the weekend I would go in there during the day and count out some money and do some stuff, and I would chat with him, and he would tell me, and I've had people back this up. They go, women's bathrooms 10 times grosser than the guys. He goes, you have no idea how gross they are. So, could even out.
My wife.
That's all I'm saying.
My wife has said that
is gross.
She says yes.
Oh, her bathroom.
She has said she's a feminist, but she has said women are pigs.
Yeah. See, we get they love to say guys are this.
Not all women, obviously.
No, of course, not all guys.
It takes like two women to go in there and be piggish, and now women are pigs. So we all know that.
But I didn't know because at the time I didn't have any. I didn't know. So the guy's like, "Oh, they're 10 times grosser than guys. The bathrooms are disgusting." He goes, "I hate cleaning that women's bathroom because it's so gross." I'm like, "Oh, I had no idea." But makes sense. I get it. Okay. But then men get labeled. Look at men are dogs. Men are dogs. Men. Really? Who are they dogs with? Women. You know what? Time out. What's the matter? What's happening?
No, I just want, you said dogs. I was in Facebook jail for 24 hours because I said to some guy, "You dog, you." He was with a picture with maybe his wife, that was girl or something. My beautiful wife. I went, "You dog, you," something like that. It was more of a. It was a compliment.
Speech.
Yeah, it was the 24-hour jail.
Right. Yeah. But that's a weird label because when women like to say that, they'll go, "Guys are dogs," and then you go, "Well, who are they dogs with?" Women. I mean, it's all equal. You know what I mean? If guys are cheating or they're cheating with someone, it's a woman, and she probably knows the guy's married. What's that face? Holy shit, you're freaking me out. If you're not on Patreon right now, please get on Patreon. You want to see Al Ducharme's face? You look like you're having a stroke in the camera at the same. It was very weird. And
did you ever see the movies?
A little uncomfortable.
I'm sorry about that.
What's up?
I like to make you a little uncomfortable from time to time. It makes you
time to time. Time to time.
Full time.
Full time. I've never been
overtime
in your presence. I've never been comfortable yet. Unless I'm bombed.
I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting this. I'm not denying it. I'm not saying you're wrong. Just saying, deal with it. Deal with it.
I do. I've been dealing with it for 3 years. Twice a week.
I've been working on a new old impression. You've seen the movies Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, correct?
Never saw the movie, but I'm familiar with it. Never saw the movie.
You've seen the alien. Does this look like the alien?
Yeah.
Tell me now, ready?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Is that the one that comes out of the stomach, the guy's stomach?
No. Oh, hold on. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I had it wrong. I got it right.
Well, I just said it's pretty good. I was just giving you, I was just going with it. I don't know what it looks like.
You just wanted me to get through the bit so you can move on.
I just want to get through the bit. I want to talk about Dustin Hoffman movies.
Yes, this is a continuation from the previous Talking Dicks podcast. We were in the middle of, not quite the middle of, rattling off all of the Dustin Hoffman movies that he made from even after The Graduate, but from 1969 through, well, I think you said like 71 through 78 or 79.
Yeah, this is like say 70 to, let's just go 70 to 80 basically.
Can you just
and just
rattle
that
through the first
straight
ones
10
we
years.
covered? Yeah, rattle
We
through the first
covered-
ones we covered.
Well, we did The Graduate, and then he did Midnight Cowboy, and then we talked about Straw Dogs, Lenny, and Papillon. I mean, ridiculous. That's a career right there.
That's Grand Slam.
That's a full career. That's incredible. Then Papillon, we're done with Papillon. What does he do? What does he do next? Oh, is it
Kramer
safe?
versus Kramer? Oh,
no. Is it safe?
No, the Marathon Runner.
Marathon Man. Is it safe?
Marathon Man. Oh, fuck. I'm so excited. Is it safe? Wow.
Is it safe?
And that was the famous.
Remember that scene?
Yes.
Oh, how tense is that? It goes on for, it seems like 20 minutes. It's probably 4 minutes, but it's Laurence Olivier just extracting teeth while he asks, is it safe? And Dustin doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Nope.
And he just wants to know, is it safe? Because he has to go get these diamonds, and is it safe to go there? So he doesn't have a clue what he's saying. But in the meantime, he's pulling on that nerve where he's removed teeth, and there's no anesthesia, nothing. He's a Nazi dentist in Manhattan, pulling out teeth and asking, is it safe?
He escaped the war, and they smuggled millions of dollars worth of diamonds, and they're trying to extract the information out of Dustin Hoffman's character, but it's actually his brother, played by Roy
Scheider.
And intense movie, man. And we all know Roy from the Jaws movies as the sheriff. Chief.
Yeah, but you think of Hoffman later years, like, Meet the Fockers or whatever, and Tootsie and things, which is great, Tootsie too. But look at these movies he did with Papillon and Marathon Man and Straw Dogs. You know what I mean? These are Midnight Cowboy. These are fucking intense movies. And then he can do comedy, because after Marathon Man, he does Tootsie. So he's in you know what I mean? Like, who can do that? Who else is out there going? You could go. I could see him in Marathon Man, then I could see him in a broad comedy, do it as a star of Tootsie. There's not many. There's not many guys.
And then an in-between movie, Kramer versus Kramer, where he plays
Kramer versus Kramer,
divorced dad trying to get custody of their child.
Fantastic. Yeah, with Meryl Streep, right? Wasn't she the ex-wife?
She won her Academy Award. Her first, she was the ex-wife. She wanted out of the marriage.
There was
she
some
didn't want to be a mother anymore.
with that.
Yeah,
right.
She didn't want to be the mother anymore.
Right.
And so he had custody, and he was all of a sudden taking on the role in the 1970s of the father thing, the single dad, and working as a professional. And then all of a sudden she changes her mind, comes back into life of them, and wants custody of the kid. And he's like, well, why? Because she just decided to, because she's a woman, and automatically during a divorce, during that time, the child would go to the mother. There was no like unfit mother at the time. It was always automatically went to the mother.
Yeah. And there was a thing, I remember there was, when they filmed, they were rehearsing a scene where she comes back and she's saying how she wants the kid, and they're in a restaurant or something, and they did the scene, they did the rehearsal, and then when they filmed it, Hoffman smashes a drink at her, and the glass broke and it went all over her. And all that's real, all that reaction, because it wasn't in the script or rehearsed. She didn't know it was about to happen, but he did it to get her reaction. And
it worked.
She complained about something, and then he was like, years later, he was like, hey, you won an Oscar. Like,
shut the fuck up.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you won the Oscar. That might have helped.
And he was reacting to your character, by the way, who decided to come back in and just take over and take the child that he had been raising for a year on his own. After abandoning, she left. She abandoned them. You know that, right?
Did you ever notice that kid was such a cute kid? These cute kids from the movies, if you look them up or you see them later, they're all disgusting. I don't know what happens. If you're a really cute little kid in movies, You're going to be a fat guy with a weird beard, and you know what I mean? And just it's like happens every time. You know, that kid was so. Look at the kid Jerry. I saw the kid from Jerry Maguire recently, and he's disgusting.
He's a beast.
What happened to that guy?
No, I think these kids that are headed
they peak
toward
at
being
5.
Well, I think they're headed towards being an ugly adult. They're adorable because they have all these features that are just pop out in the camera, and then when they all of a sudden they just start morphing into this creature. Not all of them, but many of them do.
You could work on. You could do an impression of them. You could do your next impression could be child actors who are now grown up. There it is. That's pretty good. That looks like the kid right there from Kramer vs. Kramer. Who was also, remember, he was a little older.
We're being so mean. We're being so mean.
He was
Haley Joel.
No, yeah, he's another one. He's disgusting.
From the Sixth Sense. Great actor. He's a really good actor, by the way. Really good actor.
Right, but that kid from Kramer vs. Kramer, as he got a little older, he was in 16 Candles. Remember, he was the brother.
Yes.
The wise ass brother. And then that was it. He was still kind of cute, good enough for movies, but he was chunking up. And then it was over. The next year, that kid was done. You know, he's just a load somewhere. He's probably, wherever. I don't know where he lives. But it happens. It's an interesting thing. I wonder why that is. These young, cute, adorable kids turn into monsters when they grow up. That should be looked at and studied by a team from Harvard or Yale. Anyway, let's go back. Tootsie, we love Tootsie, right? Great movie.
I enjoyed Tootsie. Movie. Bill Murray as playing Bill Murray playing the playing actor roommate was great. Terry Garr,
he was unbelievable.
Playing
Murray
the frustrated,
was unbelievable in that.
Yeah. That's when he showed his acting chops. Yeah,
I think a lot of it was improv, ad-libbed, and I don't think his whole thing was written out. It was just Bill Murray's reacting to stuff, and which is great. And then from Tootsie does a little movie called All the President's Men. With Redford film
and Jason Robards. Was that Robards? Was that his name?
Jason Robards? I think you were. Yeah, I think you're right. That was the Washington Post editor.
Oh my God, he was. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but look at these movies too. I mean, I don't want to sound like grandpa here, but they don't really make these movies anymore. I mean, the movies now, it's Marvel and comic books, but they're not making movies like this where you go, holy shit, look at and then finishes out the in 1980 with a Rain Man. Those Rain Man.
Yeah,
I think he wins an Oscar for.
He did. Yeah.
I mean,
that famous scene where they're going up or coming down the escalator at the Venetian or whatever, not the Caesars, whatever it was.
Yeah. I don't know
really. And Tom Cruise, superb.
Yeah. But I mean, you're casting him as this autistic adult. This is the guy from Straw Dogs. This is the guy from Marathon Man. This is the guy from Midnight Cowboy. I mean, fucking the actors, you talk about range, and they're like, you can't compare anyone to this guy. I hold him up as Pacino, maybe. I think an Al Pacino could have done those type of roles. I mean, I don't know if Pacino does Tootsie, but it's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You menstruating. I can smell you a mile away.
He has this entire career. He doesn't win an Oscar. Then he does that, and he wins an Oscar.
He does that, and he wins it because they feel bad.
They were like, "We got to give it to him, though. We got to give you."
We didn't give it to him on those last 4. Let's give it to him now for the.
We owe this.
What a gimmick! What a fucking gimmick!
And it's shit. It's so dumb. And it's so dumb. And he's blind. He drives a car.
It's really bad. Shit. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
Well, it's Foghorn Leghorn. That's the impression. That's who he's doing.
Yeah.
It's Foghorn Leghorn for 2 hours.
I said now, boy. I want to be a chicken hawk. I want to be a chicken hawk.
Chicken hawk. Oh,
I want to be a chicken hawk.
Well, there's another one. See, if you're not on Patreon, you're really missing
all
today,
this
folks.
shit.
Al is really demonstrating his very wide array of facial impressions from his cabin. What cabin are you on there? What's the number there, Al? If you want to give it out,
I'm on deck
you're
7.
afraid people are.
I have a
deck 7.
I have a balcony, and I'm looking at a Carnival ship. No, I'm Crystal Serenity, and then your ship I can see towering over that ship. And we got to take a picture. We got to go out on our decks and the helicopter pads, and I should take a picture, a selfie with you on your helicopter pad, and I'll put you'll be about this big. Well, that's your penis. You'll be about
what?
What? Oh, by the way, I have to apologize
Ouch.
to your nieces because I was super blue on our last pod, and all
they stopped listening. They stopped listening months ago.
They chimed in. They would talk. They were referencing stuff that was deep into the episode. Yeah. So my apologies, true. Hannah. Yeah. I think Hannah chimed in.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if Olivia
on my wayward
son. Oh no, that was then somebody else wrote me that hey, I like Dust in the Wind. I was like, well, that's just a terrible song. So you have bad taste.
Cocaine in the Wind is horrible. Thank you very much.
Hey, did you see the Bob Ross docu on Netflix? Have you seen it?
No, but I'm curious because I remember it being mentioned months and months ago, but it's finally out, and you saw it. And do you recommend it?
I did see it. I recommended it, very highly. It was really good. I read an article months ago, really in-depth article that was even better. But I guess because this was created by his son, and his son wants to keep him, I mean, Bob was a great guy. I'm not saying he wasn't, but the article had more in-depth shit going on. But it's good. It's very good. I remember when I was on Long Island starting in comedy, Joey Cola used to do a Bob Ross bit. And that's how I didn't know who he was. I was working with Joey, and Joey would do an impression of Bob Ross. Do you remember the bit? And he's painting.
Well, there's a few guys. A little tree wants to live here. No.
Yeah, but Joey's would go, and then Bob sinks into, remembers he was in Vietnam, and this reminds me of the jungle. We left a lot of men in the jungle, and he just starts losing it. It's great. And he did it on MTV, half-hour comedy hour.
The horror. Sorry, I just thought of Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, he did it on the MTV half-hour comedy hour, and Bob Ross saw the bit and sent him a pack of Bob Ross painting, paints and easel and all this shit. And then I worked with Joey, and Joey was, and I go, I don't know who Bob Ross is. And he's like, you got to watch him. He's on Channel 13, PBS. And, it was, so anyway, it's a great documentary, but it shows how Bob was, taken advantage of in financially, and his career, and this couple. Really, they own everything now. To this day, anything you buy with Bob Ross, this couple, the Kowalskis, they get it. And Bob's kid does not see a dime. Nothing.
Why don't they zero? Why don't they send him a little something each year? Hey, we made 22 million. Here's $500,000.
Because these are not nice people, Alfred.
Oh,
these are money grubbing, this is
but did he try to sue them in the beginning and they're resentful, or did they?
He did sue. No, a couple of years ago he sued because he found an old contract after his father died young, in his 50s, and the Kowalskis did their best to keep that hidden. They didn't want people to know Bob was dead because these things keep running on TV. So people, right. If you see, they have in the documentary, they show the obits, and Bob's obit is very low at the bottom, very small. So it would be easy for the average Joe not to even know Bob Ross died, which they want. Their best interest is to keep him alive.
Sure.
And but anyway, the kid found an old contract, and it gave him and his uncle 49, 50, half the business. So the uncle got half, and the son, I think, got 49%. So the uncle had 1% more, so he could because he was older and the kid was young. Anyway, they took it to court.
Should we say spoiler?
They took it to spoiler alert. Yeah. I mean, it's been out a couple weeks, so Bob's dead.
I didn't see it.
If you did, all right, then I'll stop there. I don't want to ruin it.
Put on the brakes.
I don't want to ruin it.
Step out of the vehicle.
I don't want to.
Sir, put your pants on. Step out of the vehicle.
I can't breathe.
You can breathe.
All right.
All right. What else are we covering today? Do we have any questions?
Hey, did you
listeners?
see, by the way, what am I holding?
You're holding your mug. It arrived, the colorized version of the Talking Dicks comedy podcast coffee mug. The first one was stolen. The second one was broken.
I left it. No,
right.
I have the old one.
Let's put it this way.
No,
you
it was
left
all wrong.
Someone cleared it. What do you think happened to it? It's in some male dancer's cabin, and he's using it to put stuff in.
What's he putting in it? Stuff. What's he putting?
Two male dancers, one cup. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Two male dancers, one cup. One Talking Dicks cup.
That's a good podcast.
Driver. That's a good podcast.
I listen to that podcast.
Definitely.
I'm a Patreon member of Two Dancers, One Cup. It's $5 a month. Well worth it. I love how people can't or they won't. I mean, we have people who do, but when you think of $5 a month, think about that. I do it on Patreons. You're never going to miss $5 a month, and you help support a podcast that you listen to twice a week. You know what I mean? We're giving people twice a week.
Yeah.
And then they go, maybe I'll go join Patreon. Well, that's $5 a month. Screw it. I can't do it. It's $5.
This is Al begging. Meanwhile, he's been on a ship for 5 months, making 10 grand a week, and he's begging.
I'm not begging. I'm 10 grand a week.
Let me change the subject. Do you see the gal in her little bathing suit from the 1950s right here behind me? Very Two Dicks web series ish. And her face is blotted out here.
Right. You blotted it out.
That's
probably.
Not a reflection or anything. This
was probably last
ship is 12
night.
years old, and the sun is the same. And that's our podcast for today. Hopefully, we'll have a better signal next time. Adios.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks comedy podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Go to patreon.com/The Two Dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.